Okay guys, so welcome to the last video in which I explain the final major assignment for this class English 202. First of all, let me walk you through the course objectives just to make sure that we're covering those objectives. These are the desired outcomes for this class. So by the end of this class, English 202, you will be able to access relevant print and electronic resources, artifacts, or human resources. Read, evaluate, and select resources. Manage and sustain in an inquiry project. Critique your own and others' written drafts. Compose a focused and cohesive synthesis of sources. Use a body of use a body of knowledge inside written work. Paraphrase, quote, summarize, explain, interpret, comment, cite, and document. APA is used. Reflect upon your reading processes, writing process, and rhetorical effectiveness. So, through those major and minor assignments, you guys have been practicing writing. You have been asked to use sources from the library so that you can, find something relevant, so that you can evaluate and see how academic writing should be done. You've been asked to follow APA, although I have given you space to use other style guides if you need to. So I hope if any of these is not clear or you think you still have a problem with it, you just please email me. Okay, so for major assignment 4, okay, I'll be talking about the assignment itself and then I'll be talking about the presentation for the assignment. I just would like to remind you that this assignment is worth 25% of the overall grade for this class. 25%. That's a big deal, isn't it? Let me walk you through the score distribution again. Major assignment 1, which was the interest paper, it's worth 10%. Major assignment 2, the research proposal, it's worth 15%. The third major assignment, the annotated bibliography, it was worth 20%, and this one 25%. And then we have the final presentation 10%, and the detailed discussion 10%, and reading responses 10%. Very quickly, let me remind you again of the discussions. Every week you're required to go to the discussion and do. So that's week 1, week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you do that. If you missed any of these weeks, you still have time to go back and submit your response and comment on 2 classmates' posts. Because the deadline already passed for all these weeks, I will, up to week 10, I guess, or I will, you will not get the whole points, but you will get something. As for reading responses, there's an article that you need to read every week and respond to. You can just pick any article. You can come here, click on content. For the people that don't know that, although everyone should know that because we're in the end of the semester, and then click on reading articles. You pick one of them, you just pick any one, and then create a response here, or you may click on reading responses from here. So we'll take you to week 1. But if you look at the left-hand side, there's week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to week 14. So you're also required to do that. Let's get back here to the syllabus. So that was the discussions and the reading responses. So we're left with the major assignment 4 and the PowerPoint or the oral presentation of your assignment. Okay. Let me get back here. what is this assignment? What is final research paper? It's an accumulation of the second and the third major assignments. As I said in the beginning, if you guys still remember, that this class is accumulation. Every step will take you to the next step, okay? So in the first major assignment, it was interest paper. I wanted to know what are the things that you are interested in exploring and knowing more about, you know. And then from there, I took you to second major assignment in which you did a research proposal in which you gave me a background about the issue or the topic that you want to explore, research question, something interested you want to explore, methodology, you want to like interview people or do what, you know. And you did all of that in the second major assignment. In the third major assignment, it was annotated bibliography. Now it was the time for you to dig for information about that topic from the library databases. You were required to find academic articles, to read them and to summarize them because they will increase your knowledge about the topic that you are exploring. For this major assignment 4, it's the same topic that you started from major assignment 1. It's the same topic. You're just continuing the journey, okay? You're continuing uh, the same thing. Now, for this one, I'm going to show you an example now, a sample that I uploaded to D2L. You can access and download that. But I just need you to know that you're required to include at least 7 scholarly sources from the library databases. You know, at least 6 of them should come from the library databases. The word length is 2,500 words. Again, 2,500 words, 2,500 words. Okay, because some people they just don't look at the length requirement and they submit like 700 words, which is not enough, which is really problematic. You need to stick to that number, please. If you want to go beyond that, it's fine. If you want to go up to 3,000 or even more, that's okay. But try not to go below this number. You're also expected to follow APA format. If there's a need for you to change that to use MLA, just let me know. Okay? Okay, so what is this? What is this major assignment for? Go back here to the D2L, click on, okay, click on content, and then from content, scroll down to final major assignment. You will find this. Don't just click on it like that because the format will look very weird like this. But you need to download that. So please download it. Because when you download it, you will see how it should look like. Okay, when you download it, just click on open. It will just open right up. Okay. Takes a few seconds. I know my computer sometimes is slow, but this is normal. Okay, so this is how it should look like. This is the title page. This is what we call the header. This is the running head. See, the R is capital, the rest of the word of running is all lower cases, head is lower cases, and then this is part of the title, all upper cases. The second page is just part of the title without the word running head. If you look at this, see this running head only on the first page. You cannot find this on the rest of the pages. So you need to learn how to do that. You can do it from different first page. You can go up here and write different first page. You know, it's checked already here. Click on that, and you need to make sure that it's checked so that it's different. Page number should go here up in the top right corner. You should use Times New Roman, look up here, Times New Roman. The font size should be 12. Spacing should be double, as you see here. This is exactly how you should format your whole paper from the beginning to the end. Okay, so this is an example that I did, me and a colleague of mine, just to show you a sample of how to do that. We did a study on ESL. ESL means English as a second language. ESL teachers' awareness of international students, educational histories and religious needs, Muslim students as a case study. We wanted to know if the teachers that teach international students, that teach them English, we were interested to know if they have enough awareness of their educational backgrounds, like educational histories and religious needs or not. Okay, particularly Muslim students. So that's the introduction. Okay, so in the introduction, we talked about teaching English in the States, and generally speaking, and then we digged into lit review. For the lit review, so that was for the introduction. You can get that from your second major assignment because you did that introduction, you did that background. For the lit review, it should be your third major assignment, the annotated bibliography. But you are not expected to copy and paste that. Don't do that. But the way to do it, you need a little bit of effort to do that. So look at how I did it. Sophia Dida 2013. So that's the name of the author, first and last. 2013 is the date of publication. What's about her? She found that ESL teachers are in need of special training for intercultural training. She claimed that the monocultural groups are problematic in that teachers are not effectively prepared to teach in multicultural classrooms. This is taken from page 56 because there's a direct quote here, so that's why I need to include the page number. Okay. That took one paragraph. In the other paragraph, another author with another paper. Susan C. Binkley, 2007, tackled the issue of integrating religion in classrooms. She talked about how this integration might be hard to obtain and how it can be beneficial. She narrated her blah, blah, blah. Okay, so on and so forth. So that's literally your third major assignment. You just put it here in this way. Okay, don't just copy and paste it, but just follow this style. When you read this paper, you'll have a better idea of how to do it. Okay, when you're done with that, you go to research questions, and you already did your research questions in second major assignment, so you can just copy and paste them here. Methods of the research. So for this one, for example, for the research questions, we wanted to know to what extent do ESL teachers think they are prepared to deal with international students, religious practices that might be in conflict with classroom practices. We also wanted to know to what extent do ESL teachers think this preparation can be effective. Okay, so these were our two research questions. Our methods of research, we actually did interviews. So we interviewed teachers. You can also take that from your second major assignment because you talked about your methodology. And then our participants, if you didn't have that in your second major assignment, you can do that here. For this assignment, you need to interview or survey some people. Make sure do not interview or survey anyone that is underage, under 18. Everyone you interview or survey should be more than 18 years old, okay? So you need to interview them, you need to ask them the questions you have about your topic. If your topic is about anxiety, if your topic is about whatever, you need to interview them and ask them, and then get their answers. So for the participants, we said who our participants are. We give a background about our participants. We said our participants, our participants have to be speakers of English as L1. L1 means their first language, you know. They have to be of any other religion than Islam. They have to be non-Muslims. They have to have taught international Muslim students before. So these are three requirements that our participants have to meet. Okay. Some studies, your participants have to meet a certain criteria or standards. I need females only, or I need males only, or I need mothers. If you're, for example, talking about pregnancy, right? So you need to interview mothers or nurses, or whatever. It depends on your topic. And here comes the findings. After we interviewed them, after we sit down with them, ask them the questions about their experiences teaching Muslim students, we came up with the findings. So, and then we laid out our findings here. Three primary themes emerged from interview data. Number one, our English language instructors did not receive extensive formal classroom management training that addresses religious issues. Number two, instructors are sensitive to students' individual dispositions. Number three, instructors are aware of significant concerns surrounding the practices of Muslim students. Okay, so these are our findings, and then we just discussed we did discussion of the findings, as you can see here. The asterisks here, that was actually a draft of almost the final draft, but not the final one. But it was almost the final draft. Okay, that was all, and then, keeping the discussion. So the findings and the discussion, and then we did our conclusion. We restated the purpose of this study and the findings. And then after that, we did the references. If you look at the references, all of them are um, articles from peer-reviewed journals. The last name of the author, the first name, and then the date of publication. This is the title, and this is the journal, this is the issue, and then the volume, and then the page number. Okay, that's exactly what you guys are expected to do. So this study is 3,347 words, as you can see here, down here. Yours is expected, as I said, to be 2,500 words, 2,500 words. Okay. Now back to the presentation. And the deadline, by the way, is sorry, did I say March? I mean May 2nd. Okay. May 2nd, you should be done with that. If you need more time, let me know. Let me know. I will be willing to extend the deadline for you if you guys need extension or on the deadline. When you're done with your study, you need to do a presentation. Someone might ask, well, how can I do a presentation? We don't meet. I would say, yes, we don't meet. However, we can do this, okay, through the same way I'm doing now. This is kind of a presentation, right? The software I'm using is called Camtasia, right? Yeah, that's Camtasia. It's this one. Camtasia, Camtasia. So you can either use this one, or you can just record yourself with your cell phone, video record yourself explaining and talking about your research. You can go to the library. If you guys don't know that, there's a studio on the second floor. You can go there, you have to reserve it first. And then there are cameras, there are, smart board, there's everything you might need. And you can present it there. You can present it in any way you want. And then after that, you can email it to me. You can upload it to YouTube and send me the link. You can send me in any way you're familiar or comfortable with. I hope this is clear. If you guys have any question, email me, or if it's a public question, I mean, it's not private. It's always better to come here, click on ask here, and post your question right here. So everyone else can see your question and my response. So for example, um, Bailey asked this question and I answered, other examples. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was fun. It was great. It was a great class. Thank you so much. I wish you the best in your life endeavors. Thank you so much and bye bye.